Alright, hello citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Nigel here once again, and this is going to be another tier list. Today we are looking at every single, well, almost every single World Championship ever in WWE. This is a start of something, next few tier lists I'm going to be doing on the channel. We've done championship tier lists before, but we're going to do some for each design, mainly in WWE, because there's had a lot of them, and we definitely have a lot of world championships here. And honestly, and I probably should have seen this coming because WWE's been around for a bit, but there's a lot more world championship designs than I thought. In fact, I already know there's plenty that I accidentally missed. But we still got at least most of the designs. We even have some custom championships in here as well. Hell, and these are all the championships that, with the exception of like one, all have been on TV, have been used by WWE. But nevertheless, as we have our championships as we just scroll past there, but then we also have our tiers. So in our top tier, we have Championship of the World, meaning a very good looking championship, very beautiful championship, very lovely championship, and judging by the World Championship designs and designs that a lot of people regard, I already know a couple of these are going to make it in here. Then we have A tier, which maybe not the top tier, but still really, really good, really, really solid design. Then we have B tier, which is kind of the middle ground, not great, not horrible, but good or okay in terms of championship designs. And then C tier, we have the titles that will be one or two things keeping it from the bottom, just very, very bland, very mediocre, stuff like that. And then not worth the medal, like this title is disgusting, it's ugly, it's gross, shouldn't exist at all. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So starting with our first title here, we have the original WWF Championship. Yes, the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, and under Vincent J. McMahon. This one, admittedly, I know times were different back then, and I do have to keep that in mind when it comes to like, especially these older tile designs, is that times were different. But I don't know if I'm a big fan of this one. It does have like the United States, like the U.S. Map emblem piece in the center, which I think is a nice touch, and it's got like a shield there on the sides, and then it's got some stuff going on there, here the jewels throughout, and then the stars there, and the eagle up top. So there's a decent amount going on, but otherwise, I don't think something about like the color schemes it is a bit strange, and like the material that is it looks like it's made out of still leather strap and everything, but the way the way it looks is a bit strange. So this one, I think, I don't know necessarily know if I want to put it at the bottom, but I think I am gonna put it in C. So I think this is one of the first times that we start off with a C tier design. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of it, and I know that might be a bit harsh because we're ultimately comparing it to championship designs that would come later on. This is the first, obviously, but we have to be objective as possible. Then next up is his design from 1963 to 1965. I think this one I like a little bit more than this one. And it's got this center design. It's got like the centerpiece going on where the strap curves into the center, which I think is a nice touch. And it's got like it almost look like sheriff's badges. It's got like these designs here. It's got the stars throughout. It's got these designs as well, and it's got the centerpiece with some stuff going on, and the WWF, I should say, and World Champion there. It's got that design and the centerpiece. I Uh, Still not the greatest design, but I think it's okay. And I might be a bit harsh on some of the older designs, but this one, do I want to put in B or C? Uh, I think I'll be generous. I think I'll put it in B at least. Um, yeah, some of the older designs were not necessarily the best, but yeah, I think that one I'll put in B. Then next up is the design from 1965 to 1971, and the additional pieces, the additional side pieces are gone there, which does kind of suck. But we do still have kind of the same design, lighter blue this time around, and a different centerpiece. So the black and then the gold throughout, and then and still the WWF, and then the World Champion at the bottom there. I still think it looks okay. So I think this one I'll also put in B as well, just like its earlier counterpart. Yeah, so it's going to go in B. Then next up is going to be the version from 1971 to 1972, and I know this one is a little bit blurry, but as you can see, it's got kind of similar in a ways to this one, and also kind of these ones. So it's got the stars there on the side, closer to like the top, and it's got like the little shield design on the side there, and then it's got like a shield slash like badge design. Now this really looks a lot more like a badge, even more than like these ones. This one looks more like a badge, like a police badge, but it's got the jewel there, and there, and it's got the WWF. The strap, I don't think I'm the biggest fan of this blue and then this green outline over it, but otherwise, so I think this one I'll also put in. I think this one I'm gonna put in C. Don't I think that strap does look kind of weird, so I think I'm gonna put in C there. But next up is going to be the design from 1972 to 1973. Only a year for this design, but this is an interesting design here. We got the center part. We've got the silver eagle in the center there. Oop, I did not want to do that. We've got this silver eagle in the center piece there. We've got these three squares on either side, and I believe they're supposed to be like different countries and stuff. Honestly, it kind of well, more so with the next one we'll look at which we'll get into, but and then it's got this. It's hard to tell if this is black or more of a maroon, but otherwise I think it looks okay. So this one, I think. I think I'll put this one in B. Yeah, I think I'll leave it in B. I think I'll be generous this time around. But now, next up is the one from 1973 to 1982. So pretty much similar to this one, except a bit more, or like gold and everything, like a bit more gold throughout. And this one, more so than this one, they both do, but this one more so reminds me of like the current United States Championship design. In a way, hey, let me know if you guys agree or not. But it kind of reminds me of like the modern U.S. Championship design. But it's got the eagle there, and it's got two guys wrestling on top of the eagle. Well, and it's got the square pieces similar to this one. So this one, I think I'll also put in. I think that one I'll also put in B. Yeah, so that one I think I'm going to put in B as well. But next up is the one from 1982 to 1984. If I'm not mistaken, I believe these parts are supposed to be like the previous people who have held the championship. But it's got the squares there. It's got the circle piece there, and you see stuff going on. And then it's got this like light green strap. I think this like strap is what kind of throws it off, at least for me. Normally, I like green. Green is actually my favorite color, but I don't know if it necessarily works here. So with that, I think this one I might put in C, honestly. Again, don't know if I want to put it at the bottom necessarily, but um, I think I will put it in C there. Then next up is going to be the um, WWF World Heavyweight Championship, the one introduced in 1984. And this one's actually not bad. It is silver and black, but A, silver and black is not always a bad thing, and B, it doesn't try to overdo it. It's got the red lettering for World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion there, and yes, this is no longer WWF but WWF. It's got the silver piece there. It kind of reminds you of the World Heavyweight Championship a little bit, but it obviously not. So this one I think I'll also put in. This one I think I'll put in B actually. It's not a bad look for the title. So this one I'm gonna put in B. Then next up is going to be the 1985 version. And kind of similar vein to this, except this time I'm a bit more black. Not as shiny, but this time having more black throughout here to make the letters. They still have the letters in like white / like silver, but pop out a bit more. Between these two, I think I might lean a bit more towards this one, but it still looks okay for the most part. So this one I am also going to put in B. Yeah. There we go. So that one is going in B. The 1985 version will be going in B. And then next up is going to be the one used from 1986 to 1988. And I actually really like this one. And it's got the gold, it's got the black, and it's got the globe, and it's got the flags there. For Canada, Japan, the USA, Mexico, Great Britain, Australia, I believe Russia and Italy. So he's already kind of brain fart with the flags there, but this one I think also is pretty cool. Or I think this is the Soviet flag, if I'm not mistaken. But back when they were the Soviet Union. But anyway, as for the design there, I think it looks okay. This one I think I'll actually put an A. I actually really like this one. And then next up is the Andre the Giant version. Pretty much this one except bigger because Andre the Giant was larger. And it looks like a bit more going on. Like it looks like with this one, the gold parts like here are a bit more accentuated, and the globe's a bit bigger. So this one also will really like. So this one I did not want to do that. This one I'm going to put in A as well. It is a pretty good looking title as well. Then we got the 1988 to 1998, aka the Winged Eagle. You already know where this one's going, and probably one of the best looking titles ever. This is a gorgeous title. The side pieces, the eagle spreading its wings, the World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. This is a beautiful title. This is a lot of people's favorite championship. So the Winged Eagle is definitely the championship of the world. It is an absolutely a beautiful title. Then next up, we got the light blue version. So Ultimate Warrior actually had two, or even perhaps more than two, where he would have the Winged Eagle, but would also have it in like different bright colors. So you had the light blue and then you had the yellow as well. I couldn't really find the yellow one, but I did have him with the light blue one here. and even the light blue still looks good with the winged eagle design. And so I don't know if I like it as much as the black strap version, but it's still an A tier look. Just a beautiful, beautiful title is the winged eagle. But then next up we get the big eagle, or as Brian Zane would put it, the big cookie design. And so this is like the original version where it still had the block logo. Before things became Attitude, but I like the centerpiece, and it's got this design, and the designs throughout still really good. Don't think I like this, at least this original version. I don't think I like it as much as like the winged eagle, but it's still a good looking one. So I think I'll put it in A. Then next up is going to be the Attitude with the scratch logo, and honestly the scratch logo looks better for it than the block logo, plus the black strap. Have another really solid looking championship, just a fantastic looking title. This one is also the championship of the world. Another really awesome championship design, at least in my opinion. But next we got the Smoking Skull Championship, aka the custom championship for the Texas Rattlesnake, the Bionic Redneck, Mr. Stone Cold Steve Austin. And this is a really cool looking belt. It's got the rattlesnakes there. It's got the heavyweight champion in there. It's got the Smoking Skull. It's got the skulls on the sides. It's got the scratch logos on the side. So this must be a replica version because it has the WWE and not the F with it. But I think it still looks pretty cool, and you get like the idea of the design. So the Smoking Skull, a really awesome design. Don't know if I like it as much as the regular one, but this one I think I'll also put in A tier still. Still a really good look. But then next up is the Brahma Bull Championship. So the story of this championship actually never made it to TV. This was supposed to be introduced by The Rock to be essentially the answer to the Smoking Skull Championship, with The Rock getting his own custom design, but it got lost in the mail, and by the time it actually got to them, the storyline they were playing out with it had already passed, so there was sadly no more use for it, which kind of sucks because it is still a really good looking title. It's got the bull there, of course, like The Rock's logo. And you can kind of see the similarities they were going for there with like the Smoking Skull belt. It's got The Rock there, and then it's got some lettering there. I think it says the symbol of greatness, which The Rock definitely was at the time. And then it's got these parts here, and it's got the W logo there, and I imagine also on the other side. But it is still a really cool looking title, and I think the red also works really well with it. But it sucks that it never made it to TV. He unfortunately, that's what happens sometimes with the mail. It doesn't come when you want it to. But man, and the mail picked the wrong time to come late. But I think it's still gonna put in a. I think it's still a really cool looking title. And next up, we get the WWF Undisputed Championship, and the WWE Undisputed Championship. Really, they're like the same design. The only difference being the F and the E. But this is another people's favorite WWE Championship design. And this came after the Invasion storyline, where the WWF and World Heavyweight Championships were combined. So we got the Undisputed Championship, and then this design would be around for a little bit until John Cena won the WWE Championship, and we'll get to that title design. But it's still a really cool looking design, and it's a really beautiful one. It's got the eagle up there. It's got the black. It's got this part. It's got these parts there. And then stuff going on the sides there. So it's a really cool design. So I might just combine them into one and do F/E because they're pretty much the same thing. But this one is another. Honestly, I think this is also Championship of the World. who I think is another championship of the world, is still a really cool looking championship design. Then next up is going to be the spinner belt introduced by John Cena. A very polarizing belt. There are a lot of people who really like it. There are a lot of people who really hate it. Unfortunately, part of it is bias, which these are all my opinions, by the way. So if you disagree with any of these, that's completely fine. But this is the title I remember growing up with, and it spins, and so even though a lot of people don't like it, it has a soft spot in my heart. It does still look pretty cool for the most part. It does kind of scream like 2000s when it comes to that design. Where it's like the spin, where everything spun, including like John Cena's U.S. title, which also spun, but it is still pretty cool. It's got champ right there. So while people may not like it, I do still really love it as well. In hindsight, some people say it should have just been a custom design, and then either after Cena loses it, either introduce a new design or just go back to the Undisputed Championship design that you had before. And to that, I would say, okay, that's a fair compromise. But it is still an A. I'm sorry, I can't hate it even if I wanted to. You people, you can't make me hate this championship design. It is still pretty cool in my opinion. But next up is the Rated R belt. And this one is pretty much just like this one, except replaced with the Rated R logo, which admittedly does look kind of weird. And I think another reason why people say this should have just been a custom design, but I think it does still look cool for the most part. This is, of course, Edge's custom belt. So the Rated R belt, I don't know if I like it as much as this design, so I am going to put it in. I think I'll at least put it in B. I get it's supposed to be parody and everything, but I think I'll still put it in B. And next up, the Miz's design, pretty much the same as this one except upside down. This is when the Miz was WWE champion, and after a bit it no longer spun, but the fact that they were able to spin it upside down for the M for the Miz. Was a cool touch, but the Miz's version I think I'll also put in B as well. Alright, so a quick hit at it there. Then next up is the 2013/2014 design. This one introduced by The Rock after he won it from CM Punk. Why did The Rock win the WWE Championship from CM Punk? Rock vs. Cena 2 did not need the WWE Championship attached to it, but nevertheless we got it anyway. And this pretty much was the start of the design that WWE would use pretty much up until this day. But as design, it's not bad. There is a lot of like jewelry and stuff going through it, and the custom side plates where it has the side plates based off who's the champion at the time is also a nice touch. And I know it's not as beautiful as the older designs, but it does still get the job done. And in terms of championship designs, so this one, I think this one I'll put in B at least. It does what it's supposed to do. It may not have a whole lot of flash to it or a lot of pomp like the other ones, but it does what it's supposed to do. And then next we have the WWE World Heavyweight Championship and the design that they would use even more. And I think I might lean a bit more towards this design than before, pretty much like this one, except with the new WWE logo after the introduction of the WWE Network, the skinny WWE logo, with his different swoosh behind it. But it does have a World Heavyweight Champion there, and it still has like the same basic design, except some stuff is tweaked. And I think the tweaks here are not as much gold, giving the other colors and stuff a bit more time to shine. I think also is a good touch as well. But this one I think I'll also put in B as well. is going to go in B. Then there is the Eco-Friendly Championship next up. You talk about a championship design that shouldn't work, but it does. And this is after Daniel Bryan won the WWE Championship from AJ Styles, and he was the heel. He was the whole eco warrior, that gimmick. But it's a championship design that shouldn't work, but it does. And the fact that it's made from sustainable material, at least allegedly made from the sustainable material, the hemp strap, and these parts which came from a tree that fell naturally. I think those now, if this actually is it, if this is no bluff, it's actually made from the sustainable materials. That's actually really cool that they were able to make a championship from that. It plays into the character, so it's, and like I said, it's a design that shouldn't work, but it absolutely does, and it still looks really good. So the eco-friendly, I gotta respect it. I gotta put it in Championship of the World. Well, it is still really cool. Then next up is the WWE Universal Championship, the Red Edition. You know your championship is off to a great start, or when people are booing Finn Balor holding it up, and it's made even worse by the fact that Balor got injured in that match, winning it at SummerSlam 2016. But this championship, it was a lot worse at first. Like, after years of looking at it, it not as much of an eyesore as it used to be, but still a pretty big eyesore. I'm sorry, but you saw this coming. We're talking about the World Championships here in this tier list. You saw this coming. Not worth the medal. Oh, no. Oh, I get it, it's supposed to be Raw brand and stuff, but no. Then next up is the blue Universal Championship, the blue version of Universal Championship. Thankfully not as much of an eyesore as the red one. Still not great, but not as much of an eyesore. So this one I think I'll at least put in, and honestly this one I might put in B. Maybe it's going from the red one to the blue one, but definitely nowhere near as bad as the red one. Then next up is the Fiend's Custom Championship. This one's a weird one. And I get the design. It does look very ugly, but that's the point. The Fiend is supposed to look ugly, grotesque, like a monster essentially. But it is still pretty ugly of a design. And it does have the hurt and heal, which is nice, and the Fiend's mask is the centerpiece and it kind of stretches throughout, but otherwise it is a really weird looking championship design. And so this one, I don't necessarily, yeah, I'm sorry, I gotta put it at the bottom. I thought I'd be generous, put it in C, but I don't think I can do that. But next up is the World Heavyweight Championship. The big gold belt. Well, probably a lot of people's favorite world championship just ever, or across any company, across any era. Still one of the most beloved championship designs in WCW and WWE. A really beautiful looking championship. This one you already know. World Heavyweight Championship are going in championships, or Championship of the World is a beautiful. The World's Heavyweight Championship is a really good one. Then next up we have the reintroduction design, and the one that Seth Rollins currently has when they reintroduce the design. I mentioned before when I did the discussion video on the new title introduction, which if you haven't already, go check out that video. I talked about how this design would probably grow on me, and it just kind of it just kind of looked weird. And I think it definitely has grown on me. Now that I've looked at it a bit more, it's definitely grown on me. I like how it still has the major designs, all the golden stuff of the World Heavyweight Championship here. Or just the only difference is, for starters, the lettering is different than the W logo in the center and then the side pieces. The W center in the logo is what throws it off a little bit, but otherwise, I think it's still a really good looking design. So I will, I think, put it in A. It's still a really good design. And then last, but certainly not least, is the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Pretty much the same as like the other one, except with the gold background. Oh, another one that kind of has grown on me a little bit, but otherwise, I think it's just okay. Hey, so I am going to put it in B. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this tier list. So to recap, in Championship of the World, we have the Winged Eagle, the Big Eagle, the Attitude version, that is, the Undisputed Championship, the WF/E Undisputed Championship, the Eco-Friendly Belt, and the World Heavyweight Championship. In A tier, we have the one from 1986 to 1988, the Andre the Giant one, the Light Blue Winged Eagle, the original Big Eagle, the Smoking Skull, the Brahma Bull, the Spinner Belt, and the reintroduced WWE World Heavyweight Championship. In B tier, we have the WWF titles from 1963 and 1965, and then 1965 and 1971, the one from 72 to 73, the one from 73 to 82, the WWF World Heavyweight Championship, the version from 1985, the Rated R belts, the Miz belt, the 2013 to 2014 design, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, the WWE Universal Championship, blue version, and the Undisputed WWE Universal Championship. And then C tier, we have the original, the 1971 and 1972 one, and then the 1982 1984 one. And then in Not Worth the Medal, we have the Red Head Universal Championship and the Fiend belt. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this tier list. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor. Like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends. Turn on post notifications so you know every time I upload a video so you can see as soon as it drops. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on the tier list, the rankings, and each championship. Do you agree or disagree with my rankings? And what's your favorite World Championship design in WWE? But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace.